Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down tonight. Come on. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Everything gonna be alright. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down today. Come on down to Jimmy Sports Lounge. It's a great place to stay.
Welcome to the Cave Crew Radio pre-show. We are about to go live on cavecrewradio.com, YouTube and Facebook. Please share the show and remember to like, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. And please leave us your comments too. Get ready. It's going to be another big show with all the latest hot topics, pop culture and weird news. Ladies and gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, here are your hosts, DK and the Big B.
Oops, I was taking a sip of beer. My apology, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, here we are, Cave Crew Radio pre-show of our national holiday last week. My name is DK, also known as the Earl of the Alley. We'll get more into that when we go live. We got a great show. We got some Believe It or What hurricane trivia coming up. I got to figure out where I put that. I might have to run for 2 seconds. I think it's sitting on the counter upstairs. I'm going to let you chat. I will literally be 3 seconds.
So along the lines of the Believe It or What, there's a major hurricane coming up the East Coast, Hurricane Ian. And a friend of mine, actually, the guy that DK wants to get on the show like forever, was down there chasing. So he had his live stream going yesterday. I watched a little bit of it, and then he would report like during the eye of the storm when everything is calm. He would report during it and say what's up. And then they were moving up as the hurricane moved out and is coming up the East Coast. He went up to South Carolina. They're driving back from Florida up to New York, so they're stopping in South Carolina.
I hear this, for fuck's sakes. You're talking about Scott.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot something upstairs and I ran away. So he's chasing this one.
Yeah, he was down in Florida yesterday, and now as they're driving back home, he sent a text yesterday evening saying that he's going to intercept it when it makes the second landfall, as he put it, in South Carolina. So, and apparently it's stronger right now in South Carolina. So I don't know where he is at the moment as far as chasing it goes, but as of last night, he was safe. Everything was fine, and he was heading up to South Carolina to chase it. And we're expecting rain here in New York like all fucking weekend. So it's going to be pretty shitty up here as well.
Yeah, you get rain, but you're not going to get like the people in Southern Florida. Yes, Jason Scott, we got a great show lined up. Stay tuned. I forgot the Believe It or What hurricane questions. And anyone, again, you got to go way, way back. Scott has not been on the show for a while. I hope he comes back at some point, but he had a health scare recently, and it's great to see him back out there doing what he loves.
Well, this is the first because during the health scare, he was set to go out to the Midwest to do storm chasing, like 3 days prior to the incident that occurred. So, so this is his first time out since it happened. So he was very excited, and his 50th birthday was.
He's obviously feeling good, and that's awesome.
Oh, he's feeling good. And it was his 50th birthday, 2 days ago, when the hurricane made landfall in Florida. So on his 50th birthday, he was chasing a hurricane. He was very excited. He was texting me. He said, I can't believe on my 50th birthday, I'm doing this. This is awesome. So he's very excited.
He must have a very supportive, significant other.
Oh, yeah, she is. Because he does. I mean, this is, basically what he does for a living. And she goes out there with him most of the time.
So she's not following him on GPS.
No, I think for the hurricane, I think she was here. But a lot of times when he goes out to the Midwest, she goes with him. She'll coordinate her work vacation around that time, so they go out together.
All right. So where I left off, ladies and gentlemen, before I had a panic attack. And by the way, try and get him back on one night. He's not only a storm chaser, but he's a really cool guy. He was in the band with you,
He was my guitarist for many, 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 many years.
and a great sense of humor, and he's just always busy. So hopefully, one day maybe he will be a contestant next year on the new Believe It or What.
Ooh, I could certainly ask him.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. And geez, he could challenge you to whether he should be playing you in Hurricane. Believe it.
Well, he's a little preoccupied at the moment.
I realize that he's trying to survive.
Right.
But anyway, kudos, good luck. Glad he's doing it again. Mike Jolitz, of course, is here tonight. We also have a bunch of weird news. We'll do a very brief recap of what just happened 2 weeks ago before our holiday. And I know I say this a lot, but I have a really, really big announcement coming up. Hello, Mike. Please stay for the show.
Can we address him properly? It's Jolitz the Berserker.
Oh, the Berserker, yes, and I guess when we had Jason up here, he is what do you call them? The horrors?
Let me where is it?
Czars, I believe you called them.
The Jason Scott and Amanda are the czars of exploration.
You call them the czars of exploration, yet I am just an earl, but I'm supposed to be second in command.
Your earl is higher than a czar.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes. You are the Earl of Stench. You are the second in command.
I need to play more Stratego.
Go back in history and watch Viking things.
Yeah, I forget. Czar of exploration. That's right, Jason. We're hoping you're going to explore and make brand new kingdoms for us.
That is correct.
Along the way. He I don't like to get into people's personal business, but we're trying to kill the last 2 minutes. He was waiting in Amanda's driveway and had no idea where she was
while he was in her driveway.
Yeah, do you not watch the chats?
I do, but like
I know we're in a lot of different chats, but
I know I've seen. I didn't know he was in her driveway. First of all, I thought they were at a friend's house.
Mm-hmm. He didn't know where she was. He was waiting to go to dinner. They're going to go out and grab some fast food and park on the side of the street and watch people.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he didn't. But does he have like one of those ankle bands on her? Like I was trying to say in chat, like when my wife goes out, oh good, she's gone for an hour. Like I really don't. I don't worry about her. Like when we were in Nashville last week, of course, I'm always looking behind me. I'm grabbing her hand. I'm taking good care of her. But when we're in the hometown, if she wants to go play bingo or shop or whatever, I'm like, chill. Okay, I got the remote again. I'm cool.
I'm with you 100%. It's we've been, maybe because they haven't been together as long as I've been with my wife and you've been with yours, so it's still kind of it's only been like 3 years or whatever, however long it was. I've been married to my wife for 20. We've been together for 27, I think, years. You guys have been married longer than us, I believe. And so at this point in our relationships, it's like
you and Stu are almost the exact same. And I 2004, we were together before that. But so what would that be?
You were married in 2004?
No, 2004 was when the kid was born. 2001 when 9/11 hit. So we're 21 years.
Oh, okay, so we're 20. You're 21. I thought you were married longer than that.
Well, we were together before that, but
right. But my point is that we've been together so long with our spouses that we're waiting to kick them out of that. Go do something. Get the go.
Yeah.
Whereas Jason and Amanda are still new and kind of where are you? I need to see you type.
Yeah. You're 5 minutes late. Like,
right.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, maybe I hit the lottery. She's not home. Anyway, let's start the show. Let's get going. We got a great one ahead for you, ladies and gentlemen. Tell your friends. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're everywhere. I'm going to hit the button and I'm going to get things started here.
Air traffic control, bringing New York. Roger that. Bringing Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
The show is about to start.
We have liftoff.
In 3, 2, 1.
This is Radio. Radio.
There was a time when the world turned their back upon men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Today's broadcast of the masculine feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Craven, what else are you gonna do with it?
to alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power one goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cape Crew Radio is the name of the show, brought to you by Jimmy's Sports Lounge in Kingston, Ontario. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on CapeCrewRadio.com. We are live on Power FM in California and the Stand-Up Comedy Network. I forgot to write that one down. I forgot about it briefly, but we're there too. And also available wherever you can find podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DK, and I am live in my cave, but things have changed a little bit. I am the Earl of the Alley. I am the Earl of the Alley, which reeks of piss. And if you have an alley in your neighborhood, which you feel would be welcome under my rule, please send me a picture. Post it either on our Cave Crew Radio Facebook group or, of course, cavecrewradio@gmail.com. It is such an honor to be a powerful figure of such a strong odor as urine. Anyway, we got a great show ahead for you, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do it anymore, so we had these things made.
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urian Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York, I am King Big B.
King B.
King B.
Yeah.
And you're President-elect of the United States of America. And as always, the epicenter of something. This week, I am the epicenter of everything battling the yellow phlegm flu.
Oh, Stu would be so excited. I don't think he's up, but perhaps he will watch on YouTube or download and comment. You have the blessed yellow phlegm flu.
I am fighting it. I'm really, really fighting it. My wife came home last week with it from her job. She was down and out. We actually had to do a COVID test because I mean she was really, really sick. COVID negative.
That's what I was going to ask you. So we're COVID negative.
COVID negative. She had to do a COVID test because she was very sick. COVID negative. Went to the doctor. Gave what's called a Z pack, which is like just little antibiotics and stuff. And she's got better, but then she gave it to both my kids, and I thought I was scot free. My kids are getting over it. My wife is already done with it. But yesterday, as the day went on, I started going downhill. And then this morning I woke up and I'm half hot and half cold, like I'm a fucking middle-aged woman having hot flashes. I'm fighting. I'm taking Dayquil and fucking Mucinex, and I'm drinking beer. So
and now there's a couple things we got to ask as we're going through this epicenter. Number one, will there be a drink of the week? Will she come up with some kind of a modern version of the hot toddy?
A drink of the week is on its way.
Oh, great. Second question is, you're also still dueling with the tangled roots and all that in the teeth.
So that is, I didn't have anything this week with it. Next week I have to go and get a crown put on. My root canal is officially finished. Yeah. Finally. Now I have to go get the crown put on.
We should have that as you should Facebook Live that as a royal ceremony as you get an internal crown, because we don't trust the British Commonwealth that they may steal your actual crown.
Correct.
We are planting a crown on a molar or or whatever it is.
So everybody knows, and it cannot be taken away from me.
Right. They would have to slay you, which is impossible. But
I will have the berserker by me at all times.
And
I have the Earl
gypsies.
I have the Earl who will dispatch the water gypsies at any given moment. I am completely safe from the British tyranny that is King Charles III.
Yes, we despise him. He has still not reached out to us to try and make a treaty. Several of our English listeners, Stu and Short Sigh, have not shown up in chat yet. And I have no idea who. Andrew C. from the Andrew C. Show. Welcome, Andrew. Yes, I'm still smoking the cigs and I'm still alive, brother. Anyway, you missed so much. You got to go back and miss. Hopefully Jason is singing "God Save the King" to you.
That's what I'm expecting from the czar of exploration.
Anyway, due to the bullshit, like you were saying, you got the yellow phlegm flu going on. It was here previous to 2018. It's going to be here forever. Mm-hmm. My wife has a little bit of a cold. I had no voice. It seems like instead of grabbing a glass of orange juice anymore, you do a COVID test. Fuck COVID. I don't have it. Neither does she. We got colds, yellow phlegm flu, whatever.
Well, here I agree with you 100%, but we have to be careful because of the kids in school. So we have to make sure that, they're not bringing it to school. If one of us happen to test positive, if we're sick, we have to make sure that they're not bringing it to school and all of this. So it's a whole thing. So if you start feeling sick, we have to make sure, at least through a rapid test, that it's not COVID, which it wasn't.
So tired of this. So great news on the Canadian border front, by the way. They had that ArriveCan app and everyone had to be vaccinated. I'm not sure if they've rescinded as much on the American side, but there is now unvaccinated, no masks on planes, no masks on airplanes and trains, and no ArriveCan app. And I flew out to Nashville last week, and it was great being in the States. I love it there. It's my second home. And no masks, Well, there's always a few idiots. But anyway.
Well, if you believe or if you listen to the buffoon that's in the White House, he very casually said during a 60-minute interview that the pandemic is over. Of course, 5 seconds after that, I'm sure he didn't remember where he
That's what I
was
was
at
going
the
to say.
time.
How could he string a sentence that long?
5 minutes.
Huge. The pandemic is over. For him to retain that much of a paragraph is amazing.
Look it up. It wasn't even it was a 60 minutes interview, and they were walking through part of the White House, those mobile shots. And he just, as he's, puttering along, the pandemic is over. All right. Just fucking stop.
I'll never forget his first interview. I've said it here before, because I want to watch this guy because, the USA is our big brother here in Canada, and we already got a fucking nutsack for a prime minister. So I'm watching this guy, and all I remembered him doing was, it goes like this. Yeah. Anyway. And your point was? You fucking senile piece of shit.
Well, the latest thing was he was at an event for hunger. It was an organization that helps starving families throughout the world, and it's a wonderful organization. And he was there because a lot of bipartisan politicians contribute and emphasize this organization. The one that had led the organization died in a car accident a couple of months ago. One of the politicians. So the other day, they were at an event for it, and they were going to kind of, honor the politician that died. He was asking if she was in the room.
I should God rest her soul. I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing.
He literally asked, whatever. I don't remember her name off the top of my head.
Let's just say, please stand up.
Let's just say Nancy. He was starting to give a speech, and he's like, and the bipartisan, politicians that are here. Nancy is Nancy. Nancy, are you here? I thought she was coming. She died 3 months ago.
Yeah, it's like that Eminem song. Please stand up. Please stand.
Oh my God! What a fucking.
And my regards to Nancy's family. I'm not making fun or belittling that at all. But again, we don't get as much publicity as you do. But well, Pierre Poilievre, who is the new conservative leader here in Canada, is making a raise and killing the polls. You've got fucking Justin Trudeau over in London doing karaoke with world leaders, singing the Beatles.
Can I vote in the Canadian election?
Whatever he was singing. I am a little silhouette of a man. Yeah, you're fucked, buddy.
Can I vote in the Canadian election, please? I want to vote for Pierre. What's his name?
Pierre Poilievre.
Pierre Poilievre. I want to vote for Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah, if he doesn't win a landslide victory, this is Lily, by the way, everyone.
I love her. Lily's very, very happy to be on camera.
Yeah, she just loves me. I lost.
There you go.
She is supposed to be my wife's dog, but as you can tell, she is taking more of a liking to me.
She's your dog.
Yeah, Lily. I don't have cheese. Anyway, yeah. So Pierre Poilievre, if he doesn't win by a landslide, if the people of Canada do not, even those who haven't voted, do not get out and get us out of this fucking bullshit that we've been in for the past 6 years, I may stow away in a barrel across the Detroit River and take my chances with Biden or that whore, the cocksucker vice president there.
Well, pick your poison. They're the same. Yeah. Trudeau or Biden, it's all the same nonsense.
It's a world we live in, right? Anyway, so listen, really quick to recap. I just put this slide up there because maybe some people don't know what we're talking about here. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but Big B declared that he was no longer the Duke of England once the Queen passed, rest her soul, and King Charles did not reach out to us. So we have King B. I am the Earl of the Alley. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, it stinks like piss. It's a beautiful scent. We also have the emissary, Stu. He's their inside reporter. We have Mike Jolitz, who's the berserker who protects the king. And we have Amanda and Jason Scott as the czars of exploration. And I'm sure there will be more coming.
We are still looking for people to take over noble. We are looking for nobles and lords and ladies. So those in Jimmy's Sports Lounge, I think Daryl has been. Somebody voted for Lord Daryl. We have to discuss. But please,
I did see that on YouTube. Yes.
Cast your nominations.
Remember Daryl from Jimmy's Sports Lounge? He was a hoot.
That's right. So cast your nominations for
Very
Lord.
Similar to Joe Biden, in my opinion, but
we need lords, ladies, and nobles. Please cast your submit your entries. You can nominate yourself, someone else. Please submit your entries. Jason says, Lady C. Ann Green.
I would simply call her Lady Ann.
Lady. Ooh, I like that. Lady Ann.
Tells you that Ann is not her name.
But it's in her profile.
I'm not sure what the C stands for, but that is her. Apparently her first name, because I always say, hey, Ann, what's going on? My name is not Ann.
And why is it in her profile?
I don't know. Scotty would at best be the court jester.
I would put him for court jester or janitor, maybe.
Or yeah, that's what I was going to say. Well, we like our urine here, so maybe taking out the shit.
Right.
All right.
It could be.
Those of you that are new, because I don't know who's here. I know Jason Scott's here. I think Mike's here. I don't know who else is here. We had a big tournament called Believe It or What. And there was a hurricane, and I was trying to think how we can tie the hurricane into this. And I like that. Can you please write this down while I'm babbling?
I'm writing as we speak.
Yes, great one. Possible name of the show. Anyway, we're going to play some Believe It or What. It's just going to be Big B against himself. It's going to be very quick because we got a lot of shit to get to tonight. But I do have one very big major announcement, and you can't even mark it on your calendar because it has not been secured yet. But speaking of Believe It or What, if you remember how it ended, I mean, Big B was on a streak. He never lost. My Little Pony, 50 Shades of Grey, cruise ships, you name it, he played it. And he always seemed to figure out a way to win. And I knew that night something was wrong. And look, I'm not playing controversies here, ladies and gentlemen. What happened has happened. But a challenge went out. And there is only one way to settle it. And I just want to put this out here for you guys to absorb and something for you to look forward to.
It's the biggest event of the year. Choo Choo Mania. Year one was our rivals CJ Ribka and Choo Choo Stu in a fight of the ages. Year two was Lovebirds Jason and Amanda in a battle of the sexes. Yuck. Year three is going to be the biggest match yet. The champion of Believe It or What fell to a challenger who climbed the ladder through 4 grueling matches. Now, the self-proclaimed President of the United States, university graduate, and the King of Stench shall face the fitness guru, social influencer, and defending Believe It or What champion. It's King B versus Choo Choo Stu in a grudge match. Winner takes all. The game to end all games. The bet to settle all bets. Fasten your seatbelts. It's time for Choo Choo Mania 3. Blood Feud. Coming soon to Cave Crew Radio.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. That will be coming very soon to Cave Crew Radio. We just need to sign the contract, settle on the date. For those of you that don't know what Choo Choo Mania is, it is not something as easy as surviving, believe it or what. There are several stages that you must compete on. Big B has always been a host and a outlier. Choo Choo Stu has gone through this, but maybe the same odds will go.
I will not be defeated. And he says,
firing undefeated. Watch this space.
I think for the final curtain, if before he retires, he will face me in Choo Choo Mania 3.
He's been retired for a year and a half, and
I will not be defeated. And remember, his victory in Choo Choo Mania 1 is forever tainted by controversy.
Right, exactly. And I promised him, because he's living that different lifestyle. I'm not going to make him chug vodka or anything like that. It'll be alcohol free, but there will be some intense competitions. Perhaps a carrot eating contest.
A carrot eating contest.
You never know. You never know what you're going to see. Okay, so before we go over to our quick, believe it or what, we need to. I need to go over here. Hang on. Oh, this is sexy. How come I can't find you there? There you go. So, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new around here, we have the drink of the week. Big B's wife, Mrs. B, or First Lady B, makes him a drink today. And like, I can't imagine your kitchen. Like we have different cups and mugs and plates and bowls, but all this shit that Mrs. B is buying for these drinks.
I told you, it's become a thing. So now
you store them. Is this in your good china cabinet? Like where the hell?
Well, they're just in the cabinets. But it's become a thing. So not only is it the drink.
After that goes through the dishwasher, and let's say James wants an apple juice, is that the random thing she grabs at 8 a.m. or?
No, these are put away these
are fine china.
These are just for me. So this has become a thing. Like I said, it's not only the drink, but it's the conveyance of the drink, the vehicle for the drink. This drink is a poison apple.
See, you got to hook up more mics so we can. Remember, I used to do it with the Metal Thunder.
All that's torn down now. So I told her that we got to get her on. And you go use her phone and, just go on that way.
We could always talk to her, Facebook Messenger or whatever. But
that too. Yeah. But this is now what is in a poison apple?
Apple Ciroc.
Apple Ciroc, which is vodka.
Okay.
Apple sour mix and apple schnapps.
Now, is this good for the yellow phlegm?
We're going to find out.
Sure. Is this the yellow phlegm elixir?
Probably not, but I'll say yes just for the hell of it.
Okay.
Just so I can drink more of it.
Well, I'm just thinking she's probably got your back, and she's trying to. That'll clean the phlegm out of the lungs and the lower throat. And by the way, Stu, you weren't here earlier, but Big B does in fact have the yellow phlegm, tested negative for COVID.
So the question is, will this help clear up what we're calling the yellow phlegm flu, which is what we have?
It'll make you not care about having it.
She said it'll make you not care about having it. That's all we need.
Can she make one for me for Monday morning?
And ship it to you?
Yeah. I'll just do it on Monday and I won't care about
there you go.
What's about to happen to me for the next 5 days.
Quite tastes much, with all the apple stuff. It goes down very smooth and tastes just like an apple.
Excellent. All right, so folks, before we get into our news and stuff like that, I got to watch this camera. We're actually doing very good on time. So we're going to play a round of hurricane, believe it or not, because with all the hurricanes that are, there's been two, but Ian's the quite large one. that's hit, I thought we could play a little game and learn a little bit about hurricanes. It's going to be a mini round. Big B will be playing against himself. If he gets 3 right, he wins. If he gets 3 wrong, he loses. And hopefully this is painless and Big B gets 3 right. I mean, he was talking about the storm chaser. So here we go.
Fact or fiction?
Oh, I did it again. I thought I was over this.
Fact or fiction? True or false? Right or wrong? Let's go. It's time to play Believe It or What?
Or what, ladies and gentlemen? The nation's favorite game, Believe It or What? Multiple choice questions. I will read them to Big B. Feel free to help him in the audience. This is a friendly game tonight and just kind of brushing Big B up, trying to get his confidence back after that devastating loss to Stu just a few weeks ago. So you know how we played this game, BB. I'm gonna give you some answers. There are no life preservers. There's nothing. 3 right, you win. 3 wrong, you lose. And maybe you go away for 6 or 7 months and train like Rocky and try to find yourself. I have the utmost faith in you.
I'm preparing for Choo Choo Mania 3, so I'm getting in shape.
Hurricanes, ladies and gentlemen, is the theme tonight. What is the difference, Big B, between hurricanes and typhoons? Is it A, the direction of spin? Is it B, location? Is it C, wind speed? Or is it D, none of these? What is the difference between hurricanes and typhoons? Direction of spin, location, wind speed, none of these. You got some help in the chat room.
I was thinking the same thing, location, because here we call them hurricanes. Over in Asia they're typhoons, but they're kind of the same thing. So I was thinking either location or none of the above, because there really is no difference other than the name. I will trust my berserker and say location.
Location is everything, according to the berserker and Sir King B. Sorry.
That answer is correct.
And I loved your analyzing that just very briefly, because we're also trying to educate tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tropical systems beyond tropical storm strengths are called hurricanes in the North Atlantic Ocean, as well as the Pacific Ocean. East of the international date line in the north, they are called typhoons.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Basically the same storm, though.
So that's 1 for Big B. He needs 2 to win against himself. Great job from the Peanut Gallery, your berserker, Mike Jolitz. The Great Storm of 1900 caused numerous deaths and mainly affected which city? Was it New Orleans? Was it Miami? Was it Houston? Or was it Galveston? The Great Storm of the 1900 caused numerous deaths and mainly affected which city? Ladies and gentlemen, New Orleans, Miami, Houston, and Galveston.
I have no idea.
Ooh, we got them on the rail here. I have no idea. Any help from out there?
I'm thinking, but 19. I'm kind of leaning towards Galveston, but I'm not really sure.
Is that your final answer? What's the question again? Mike Jolitz.
Berserker wants to know what the question is.
Mike Jolitz was probably running away and and drinking vodka. The Great Storm of 1900 caused numerous deaths and mainly affected which city? New Orleans, Miami, Houston, Galveston. Big B leaning heavy to Galveston. While we wait for your berserker there, someone is asking, what do you want now?
I don't know who Facebook user is.
You know, if you
Facebook user, please put your name in there.
yeah, and I'll tell you
So
what I
we-
want. It depends.
There you go.
If you're young and you're really good looking, I'll want one thing. If you're just here to fucking annoy me, then he's agreeing with you, baby.
See,
the berserkers is really, you're not going to get this kind of help during Choo Choo Mania.
Well, we're not going to be answering these kind of questions.
Well, you never know. You don't.
Well,
know.
that is true.
Yeah.
But I was originally leaning to Galveston, so my berserker agrees. So I will say Galveston.
All right, let's see if you are right or wrong. Berserker and Big B together like hummingbirds during this trivia contest. I wonder how those of you at home are doing.
That answer is correct.
Yeah. Also called the Great Galveston Hurricane. Estimates of the deaths caused range from 6 to 12,000. The Category 4 storm brought about a storm surge of around 15 feet of water
coming up from the Gulf
between you and your cohort. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if King B gets this right, this is all you're going to learn about hurricanes at the end of the segment, which is fine because we got a lot of really fun stuff to get to. If he doesn't get it right, then the invisible opponent can move it to 2-1. It's first to 3. And for all the people now dropping in, fuck you. Hit rewind on YouTube and you can see what's going on. All right. Question number 3. At what wind speed does a tropical storm system reach hurricane strength? So at what wind speed does it stop becoming a tropical storm and all of a sudden become a hurricane? I'm going to read it in miles per hour, but I also have it available in kilometers for our British and Canadian listeners. 74 miles per hour or 119 kilometers. 72 miles per hour or 116 kilometers. 76 miles per hour or 122 kilometers. 70 or 113 kilometers per hour. Do you need your right wingman or can you do this?
Again, I'm thinking. I believe you said the options were 74,
72, 76, and 70. This is kind of a difficult question, unless maybe you can call Scott on your cell phone while he's chasing the hurricane.
He would know immediately.
I know he would.
Either 74 or 76, I believe. And I was initially going to say 74, but once you said 76, I'm torn. I'm saying.
So again, I'm going to help you. Your helper out there says 76, but listen to this part of it. What speed does a tropical storm reach hurricane strength? Remember, there's lots of different levels of hurricanes, ladies.
Yeah, for sure. So that would be, when it goes from a tropical storm to a Category 1 hurricane. I know it's either 74 or 76. I know the berserker is saying he's guessing 76. I'm leaning towards 74. I may regret it, but I'm going to say 74.
It would be either for a really close match between Big B and himself in the hurricane, believe it or what, or it would mean a victory, a clean sweep. He would have a clean conscience when he goes into his next challenge. after his disastrous performance. Ladies and gentlemen, what speed does a tropical storm system reach hurricane strength? 74 miles per hour, 72, 76, or 70? The audience is telling him 76, but he says 74.
That answer is correct.
That's got to be the fastest, believe it or what, we've ever played. 3 straight. Big B should be a weatherman. King B.
When you know my friend Scott for over 30 years as I've known him, and been on storm chases, and he talks about nothing but the weather, you pick up a couple of things.
And you know what? I got to be honest with you. I'm the guy reading the questions, and sometimes I go, "Fuck, that was easy. I would have known that," but I would have been very unsure of any of these. But your helper, Mike Joel, says, "Good call." Now I'm going to leave it to you because you just won that, and now your ego's built back, and you're feeling like a king again. Before we get into Choo Choo Mania in a few weeks, do you want to do the news and then Mike Jolitz?
Sure.
Or then go to Florida? Is that how you want to?
Yeah, we'll do the stories, then Mike Jolitz, and then we'll come back and do Florida. I'm just going to get to the stories. Hold on.
And we are so on track, ladies and gentlemen. Normally we're lagging behind and we got to leave things out. We still got a lot of show. So anyway, we're going to go into some weird news for you. I got to switch over to my other pellet here. And
now it's time for the news with our senior correspondent, the Big B.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since we've done this, ladies and gentlemen. We think we got some good ones lined up for you. This one is from, I believe, American Airlines. Big B.
The first story of the night.
Have audio of this when you're ready.
The first story of the night comes from waxy.org. Headline reads, "A mysterious voice is haunting American Airlines in-flight announcements and nobody knows how." Here's a little... Excuse me. Here's a little mystery for you. There are multiple reports of a mysterious voice grunting, moaning, and groaning on American Airlines in-flight announcement systems, sometimes lasting the duration of the flight, and nobody knows who's responsible or how they did it. Actor/producer Emerson Collins was the first to post video from his Denver flight on September 6th.
That picture looks like it's from TikTok, by the way.
Well, this is from Twitter, though.
Oh.
His tweet reads, "The weirdest flight ever. These sounds started over the intercom before takeoff and continued throughout the flight. They couldn't stop it. And after landing, still had no idea what it was," he tweeted. That was the only, what he posted on Twitter was the only video evidence so far, but Emerson is one of several people who have experienced this on multiple different American Airlines flights.
Right. This apparently is like multiple. There's like a Reddit stream. I don't know if you're into Reddit, King B, but there's a Reddit stream. And there's multiple people. And I do have audio.
You can play it whenever you're ready because it goes on at different times. There's reported in July from an American Airlines flight from JFK to LAX. In August from JFK to LAX again. In September from Santa Ana, California to Dallas-Fort Worth. In mid-September, Orlando, Florida to Dallas-Fort Worth. Again, Santa Ana to Dallas. So these are all different flights during different times of the year that are hearing this on different planes. It's not the same plane. Some are Airbuses.
It's the same airplane. So we did manage to get audio of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play it for you now. And I just got off a couple of flights, so this probably would have weirded me out too. So, I mean, it could be a couple things, right? I mean, the pilot could be on crack, which is really scary. It could be someone taking a shit in the bathroom and someone just left a microphone. But if they all verified they heard the same things. It was like slightly different tones or whatever. But all those things in your article says we're hearing exactly the same thing. So I don't know about you, but I'm definitely afraid of flying to begin with. And I don't know if I'd be amused by this.
So when I went out to Arizona earlier this year, I took American Airlines. I did not once hear either way going from New York to Arizona or from Arizona back to New York. I did not hear any of these sounds on the flight. But the official response from American Airlines was as follows. Our maintenance team thoroughly inspected the aircraft and the PA system and determined the sounds were caused by a mechanical issue with the PA amplifier, which raises the volume of the PA system when the engines are running. Jantz, who is the spokesperson for
absolute bullshit on that.
Sarah Jantz, who's the spokesperson for American Airlines, said the PA systems are hardwired with no external access and no Wi-Fi component. The airline's maintenance team is reviewing the additional reports. Jantz did not respond to questions about how many reports it has received and whether the reports are from different aircrafts.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, I got so many questions, as you would say. Is the same pilot flying the plane? Is one of the stewardesses or whatever you would call a male stewardess, are they the same? Are they on the flight? Someone's doing something and plugging in something somewhere, because it's obviously happening because this guy's got it on tape and other people are reporting the same thing, unless they're like just jumping on the bandwagon. But assuming they've heard this as well or some variation of it, it's not a short in the PA system.
No, that is absolutely not a short in the PA. That's somebody doing something.
Right. A short in the PA system would be more like
static. Yeah, for sure. Static, a high-pitched, feedback type sound, not what sounds like somebody on the mic going,
I don't know if they're having, I don't know if they're, what do they call that when you're doing the sexy thing, the Mile High Club?
The Mile High Club.
Yeah, Mile High Club in the baggage compartment. Maybe you snuck the gal that you met at the rub and tuck onto the baggage and you got contacts and you're doing the nasty down there in the baggage compartment and you mic'd it up, or you're in the bathroom and you had some really bad Mexican before you got on the flight, or the pilot's just having a great time. I have no idea. If I was a pilot, I've got a weird sense of humor. I would probably do something like that just to trip people out. So, I don't know the answer, but it's human. Someone's rigged something, and we've got to go through fucking TSA. We got to strip down to basically our tighty whities, hold our arms up in the air, hats off, belts off, everything's in a basket to get us through onto that plane. But somebody snuck something on that plane or planes and made this happen.
I don't think somebody snuck anything on. I think it's the crew, because as they say in the story, and I closed out a story because it's pretty much over, but as they say in the story, it's a closed system, right? So there's no Wi-Fi. You can't access it externally. It's just a closed
So
intercom system.
Someone who has access to a microphone.
Somebody who has access to the microphone in the plane.
Well, there's the pilot comes on and goes, thank you for boarding, ladies and gentlemen. The current weather in Las Vegas is yada yada yada. Then the stewardesses or whatever they call them, they're both sexes. It gets on and tells you how to put the life jacket on and all that shit. So there's a few microphones, But
Right, but
someone,
it's
instead of walking around bringing you your fucking peanuts and a Sprite, is moaning on the microphone.
yes, it's not a passenger, because if a passenger did that, they would have been, caught immediately and you would have heard about an arrest.
Yes.
It's somebody on the flight. It's part of the crew. They're trying to have some fun. They're doing something, joking around to make it go viral, and that's exactly what they did. This is, of course, my opinion because it doesn't say, but I think it has to be someone on the crew because the intercom cannot be
wonder
hacked.
if we'll ever get an answer. Like
We'll never get no.
TMZ will break it, or
We're not going to get an answer.
we're always left with this shit. We never get an answer. All right, from airplanes to cruising around for your birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
That is not the one.
Our next story. This beautiful young lady.
You're missing one. I can go to this one, but you're missing one.
Which one did I miss?
The shameware. Sorry.
Shareware was first.
Before the her. Yes. Shamware.
That was the
church.
Yeah, hang on. I had that one. All right, I've lost the picture, but go ahead. I'm going to try and bring it up.
Okay, so this comes from futurism.com. Let's see. I'm trying to, because it's in an ad. So the headline reads, churches using shameware apps to make sure members don't watch porn. An evangelical Southern Baptist church known as Grace Point was caught relying on a little more than God's watchful gaze to keep an eye on members of its congregation. And if a church feels compelled to clarify that it's not a cult, well, it just might be. New members joining Grace Point's congregation are asked to install an app called Covenant Eyes, which is explicitly marketed as an anti-pornography app. And according to a must-read investigation by Wired, Covenant Eyes spies on members' web traffic, takes a screenshot of their phone screens every single minute, and then sends all this information to an accountability partner. In reality, it's more like spyware.
So, who is more powerful, the pastor, or what'd you call it, the accountability manager?
They're all in cahoots with each other.
Right. They all share the shit you drop in the little basket. Yeah.
One member who has since left the congregation told the magazine that they received accusatory emails from Grace Point, which contained eerily detailed reports of his digital activity, ranging from everything to his mundane browsing habits to even flagging a search of the hashtag gay.
Oh, and this is Southern. That's not good in the South.
No, certainly not. Covenant Eyes is part of a broader but lesser known spectrum of apps as shameware, used by religious groups and parents to, yes, shame people into dropping porn habits and other immoral activity.
Can we get shameware for the Cave Crew Radio Facebook group? So, like, anybody that deviates from anything we want them to view, other than the stories we cover and, things we enjoy, beer, weird news, Florida, we can spam them with shame emails.
We should look into that.
Yes. The Berserker would be a great leader of that.
I think that's quite the job for the Berserker. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, well, he's good at that. He solves the Rubik's Cube in like 2 turns. So, yeah. So, I mean, look, you my whole vision of the church is that you're trying to attract the sinners and cleanse them, not guilt them into whatever said sin may be. And sin can be gambling, sin can be not being nice to your neighbor, using the Lord's name in vain, yada yada yada. Does not necessarily go to porno, but I think the attraction, the sales point of the church is to attract the sinners in, not to Shame where how is there retention in this church?
Well, this is so. As I was reading the story, and the story alluded to it very early on. This is what cults do. So when of all the I watched tons of documentaries about being in a cult, and what they do is first they try to quote unquote brainwash you, where you forget all of your other outside interests and focus on what the person in charge wants you to focus on.
Right.
And that's what this does. This is trying to shame you out of your outside interests and focus on whatever the pastor or whoever, the accountability person, whatever, what they want you to focus on. So that's
not having a boner, by the way. Ladies.
Right. Which, whatever the outside for this one, they're talking about porn, but it could be sports. It could be whatever. They want any outside influence gone from your mind. That's why a lot of times in cults, you live in a compound. So you can't even go, you don't have neighbors. There's zero outside influence. So that's what this is. This is trying to stop people from having any outside influence and just focus on whatever the leader is telling you to do.
So not just watching the naughty on Pornhub or what are those other ones you watch, Big B? X Video.
That I watch.
There's a few of them. I'm not familiar with them.
RedTube, X Hamster. Yeah, there's
Hamster was another one you told me about. Yes. I'm not familiar with them personally. Chatterbait.
I don't think is that a porn one? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But that's basically what this is. And it realistically doesn't have to do with porn, but they're just choosing porn because I don't care who you are. Everybody's checked out porn at least once.
Yeah, and listen, you know what? I'm not trying to support the church or go against the church, but I'm like, if you like the guy speaking and you like the message and it makes you feel good on Sundays and you're gonna go, but you start doing things like telling me I can't eat Cheerios, I gotta eat cornflakes, and that's not gonna make me get out of bed in the winter and go to church.
Right. No, for people like you and me, that's common sense. But for those that are vulnerable in a specific state in their life where they're seeking kind of some form of guidance, how do you think Jonestown, all those people killed themselves?
So you're basically calling, and I'm not sure if you gave away the name of the town, but you're calling all these people fucking idiots.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
I'm not going to deny it.
All right. I'm good with that too. All right. Am I in the right story yet?
Now it's what you just pulled up. I got
somehow one got deleted or something, but that happens.
That's okay.
But this is a little bit happier story, ladies and gentlemen. A birthday party or something, I believe.
So this comes from Action 5 News. Headline reads, half-naked woman celebrating birthday fires shots out of the car window.
You want to talk about opposites. So we just went from C. Jane Run to Debbie Does Dallas.
Pretty much.
Just woo, bang, we're over here now. Are you paying attention, ladies and gentlemen?
Memphis, this coming from Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis police arrested a woman on Monday who they say fired shots out of an open car window while half naked.
Beautiful.
To celebrate her birthday.
Now you're in my alley.
An officer driving southbound on South Danny Thomas Boulevard Monday afternoon said he saw a woman.
Thomas Boulevard.
Danny Thomas Boulevard. Hold while I write things down.
Like the father of the flying nun or something like that. He was this real wholesome guy. I remember. I don't remember, but I'm thinking in my head, Danny Thomas was he had some kind of show.
The Danny Thomas Show.
Yeah, and it was almost like Leave It to Beaver or something like that.
Right, and he also later in his life he also founded St. Jude's,
so
which helps kids for cancer.
Really good guy, and she's fucking half naked shooting guns off.
She's shooting guns off on Danny Thomas Boulevard.
This is why we need the porn apps.
That's right. Let's see. She was driving southbound on Danny Thomas Boulevard Monday afternoon. An officer said he saw a woman in a white Hyundai Elantra traveling northbound point a black handgun out of the passenger side window and fire 2 shots
Bang, bang.
at an unknown object. The affidavit reads the gun was discharged on the main roadway through downtown that is well populated with businesses and residential housing.
So this could have been dangerous.
After backup was called, officers arrested 23-year-old Kira Welsh and located a Glock 17 on the car's passenger side floorboard. Police also found a clear plastic bag containing what appeared to be marijuana on the ground next to the passenger side door. It was later tested positive. Welsh told the police the weed belonged to her and said she was just turning up for her birthday.
Just showing up for my hoedown.
Turning up for her birthday.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hold while I write things down.
I gotta write that down. Oh, you got it. Okay. Turning up for my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. So it still amazes me in today's world while Big B's doing his thing. Is how marijuana is such a nasty thing. Like it's legal here in Canada. Like you can take it, you can use it, you can.
Oh, it's legal in a lot of places here too.
I personally don't indulge in the wacko tobacco, but anyway.
It's legally and in many places here as well. But I guess not in Tennessee.
No.
Welsh's birthday was August 24th, which was almost a month ago. She told officers that she drank at least 4 alcoholic beverages and according to police, she was clearly intoxicated.
Wasted.
The affidavit also says she was halfway undressed and was smiling and laughing the entire time.
I'm walking in Memphis.
Now I have a question before I continue with the story.
Sure.
You were just in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Were you involved in any way, shape, or form in this incident?
No. My wife was with me, and she always keeps me intact. So I can only I can get up on stage and sing. I might be able to do a hoop scoop boogie on the dance floor, but yeah, no half naked shit. She said to me after, I believe 15 years, if you ever take your shirt off again, I'm gone.
Well, there you go.
There you go. So I stay fully clothed during all events. I had nothing to do with this. It would have been interesting. I've been to Florida too. I never see any of this shit.
Wells was charged with possession of a handgun while intoxicated, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, and possession of marijuana. She made bail on a $7,500 bond that same day.
That's a big bond, I would think. But what would be the biggest crime? I guess the biggest crime would be,
murder.
Driving intoxicated.
The biggest crime is murder.
Well, no, I'm saying in this scenario. And then the second biggest crime would be the half naked.
She wasn't even charged with that, though.
And firing the gun would be big too. The marijuana, I don't think that'd be like a mystery.
No, that probably got thrown out. But yeah, I would think firing the gun would be over driving while intoxicated.
Yeah. Well, your titties are flanking out the
right. She had her titties flopping around outside.
The driver, does it ever say?
No, it doesn't say.
Doesn't say. So she could have been by herself, or she could have been riding shotgun.
I'm assuming that she was driving because it doesn't say that she was the passenger. It doesn't say that there was, a driver anywhere. It just says that
she's walking in Memphis, half naked, in a Hyundai with a loaded couch and some wacko tobacco after consuming at least 4 alcoholic beverages.
Right.
By herself on her birthday.
Yeah, I didn't mention anything about anybody else in the car, so I'm assuming she was by herself.
Yeah, bless her. All right, I'm not sure here if I have the correct next story. Is it the TikTok one?
Yes.
Oh, folks, I don't know about you. Before we go into this next story, but I know you can flock to TikTok for a lot of different things, but TikTok is probably my most favorite social media site. I mean, they teach you how to cook. They teach you, hacks on how to build stuff and tools. And there's half naked women dancing. I mean, there's something there for everybody. There's funny animal videos. There's, just about everything is on TikTok. I really enjoy it. I seem to miss this stuff. Anyway, these are probably the same people that go to that damn Baptist church.
Yes.
Okay.
This next story comes from CNN.com.
Very reliable.
Very reliable. Headline reads, "Don't cook chicken in NyQuil."
Okay.
FDA warns about dangerous social media challenges. Want to cook chicken in NyQuil? Overdose on antihistamines? Swallow laundry detergent pods? Well, most of us would recoil in horror from such dangerous suggestions. Adolescents and young adults continue to be susceptible to social media dares like these, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. One social media trend relying on peer pressure is online video clips of people misusing non-prescription medications and encouraging viewers to do so too. These video challenges, which often target youths, can harm people and even cause death. The FDA stated.
Whatever happened to the ice bucket challenge? Do you remember that one?
That is long since gone.
Whatever happened to that? Like, okay, you got cold, but you dumped.
And I think the ice bucket challenge was to support ALS, which is a good cause.
Well, I agree, but that's in my mind the first of these stupid. And like you said, they eat the Tide Pods and there's been a ton of them. Like, I like my food to taste good. At least tell me to, soak it in arsenic or something like a
natural selection at its finest.
So here I am, Mom. I know you're at work. I'm just cooking some chicken for myself. And are you making a sauce or a gravy? Yeah. It's NyQuil.
I got a great idea. I'll clear up that cold, and you can have a nice piece of chicken at the same time.
Have you thought of using this to cure the yellow flu?
I have not. I may have to look into it, though.
I'm going to advise against it, but it's just me.
Boiling a medication can make it much more concentrated and change its properties in other ways, the FDA said. Even if you don't eat the chicken, inhaling the medication's vapors while cooking can cause high levels of the drugs to enter your body. And it could also hurt your lungs. The agency also pointed to a TikTok challenge daring people to hallucinate by taking large doses of the over-the-counter antihistamine Benadryl.
Yeah.
I don't know the fucking scientific name for it.
It's anesthetamine, whatever it is. The audience doesn't know, so just say something you can pronounce.
Benadryl.
Benadryl works for me too. Anyway, keep going.
And because of the Benadryl challenge, the FDA cited reports of teens ending up in the hospital emergency rooms or dying after participating. Again, natural selection at its finest. Why are the youth?
We need to capitalize on this. I mean, if these kids and other morons are stupid enough to try this stuff, we got to have like an "I survived,"
right?
Fill in the blank T-shirts, and you and I can make a couple $100 on the side.
I agree 100%. Facebook user says, "What's going on, brother? I don't know who that is." Facebook user, please put your name in there. We can't see who you are.
Hey, brother.
So why are youth so susceptible? The teenage brain isn't fully developed, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. In fact, the prefrontal cortex, which manages rational thought, problem solving, and consequences, doesn't fully develop until the mid-20s. So basically, they're calling teenagers dumb fucks.
I don't mean to interrupt, but have you ever had to try to get your teenage kid to
do
get
anything?
Like broccoli or like scalloped potatoes, or try something really weird? You're telling me their brain's not fully developed. They don't like shit.
They don't like anything.
Eat NyQuil as a gravy. Okay? They don't like anything unless it's chicken McNuggets and a French fry.
I understand completely. Having a teenager of my own, I know full well what you're talking about. But when it comes to things on TikTok, they'll do anything.
My kid going, I'll put the chicken in. I'll put the knife. He'd take like one little sniff of it and he'd fucking throw it in the garbage. Like, I don't know who's doing this shit.
I have no idea. But that's why teens and young adults are often impulsive and prone to act without considering the ramifications. Kids won't necessarily stop to consider that laundry detergent is a poison that can burn their throats and damage their airways.
Yes, it's made to get rid of stains.
Or that misusing medication
on your fucking underwear. It ain't made. It's made to remove stool, not fucking consume as like a candy corn or something.
Or that misusing medications like Benadryl can cause serious heart problems, seizures, and coma.
Yeah, I'm out of beer. Let's see what trouble I can get into. I'm going to go into the medicine cabinet, Big B, and the best thing I can find for my long, hard day is talcum powder. I'm going to chug it or sniff it.
My son, when he was younger, my oldest son, when he was really young, poured talcum powder all over his room and put his Thomas the Train trains through it and pretended it was snow.
That's beautiful. The room smelled good. Mrs. B had to get a vacuum out.
Oh, we have a picture of it too. Yeah, it's great.
That's called an imagination. Okay, but playing Master Chef or Hell's Kitchen with things out of the medicine cabinet. That's that fucking show with that dude in the yellow raincoat making meth.
Oh, Breaking Bad.
Right. Because we don't have parental controls on Breaking Bad. That's why all this shit is happening on
TikTok. What they will focus on is that a popular kid in class did this and got hundreds of likes and comments.
Yeah, he's going to
Social media rewards outrageous behavior, and the more outrageous, the bigger the bragging rights.
A popular kid is going to be the guy pushing shopping carts at your grocery store.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not going to be an engineer or a that was
no
fucking ring on. Anyway, I'm going to vomit just looking at this. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, that like.
Well, speaking of vomiting,
yeah,
the next story is a doozy.
Oh, hang on, I got to find it. Oh God, if we have not made you sick to your stomach yet, and you can still order a pizza after this next story, please email us at cavecrewradio@gmail.com, and I will send you a t-shirt. Yeah, I forgot about this one. This is kind of weird. Well, they're all weird. Has any story we've done been normal? I apologize for that last remark, saying this story is a little weird, because nothing's normal around here. Anyway, crack a beer. Let's go.
This story takes the cake. This comes from the New York Post. A headline reads, "Woman hospitalized for 3 days after dog poos on her face while sleeping."
And so let me pull this up a little bit. So I complained to you about my dog. I got like a scratch because sometimes she comes and wakes me up. She scratches my face.
That you get a scratch in your face.
Yeah, and sometimes, well, you did that with the cat a couple of weeks ago.
Well, the cat jumped on my head while I was laying down.
Okay, well, I was sleeping and the dog wanted to wake me up and put his paw on my face. It wasn't like trying to kill me. It wasn't like trying to feed me NyQuil chicken or something. Anyway, same thing. Like, and then every once in a while, like when I'm sleeping, if the dog wants to wake up, go outside, I'll like drop a wet bone right beside my face. But not what you're going to say.
No. Apparently shit happens.
Oh, I like that one.
A British woman spent 3 days in the hospital after her daughter's dog defecated in her mouth as she slept. Amanda Gomo was taking an afternoon nap when pet Chihuahua Belle became ill and suffered sudden diarrhea.
That Belle became ill. Excuse me.
I was having my afternoon nap with Belle, like I always do, when I suddenly felt something squirt in my mouth. Hold while I write things down.
Yeah, but you know something, we need an app too, because you and I are getting far too old for this bullshit. I'm not going to take a nap this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to make a new proclamation. I have not napped.
Mm.
I also have dogs in the house, but neither one of them has done anything this to me. But I have not napped. I just want to make it clear before Big B continues.
Have you raped?
I think I know who this is.
I was going to say you. I asked, have you raped, and you were silent. That's never a good thing.
Because I think I know who this is.
Oh.
When I was in Nashville, Tennessee, I told a story. I told a legend of how they kept the polar bears away in Canada with poisonous snakes. My brother, I know who you are now. Thank you so much for supporting me in Nashville around the bar and taking me away from my wife so I could have some peace and quiet and entertain you. And welcome to the cave. I fully know who this is now. And I'll tell you the story another time.
She goes on to say, it was disgusting.
Well, that's an understatement.
Well,
I really enjoyed it. It's like when a woman squirts in you, right? Like she ain't coming. It's piss.
It was disgusting, and I was hurling violently for hours after. I just couldn't get the taste out of my mouth. Gomo's daughter took Belle to the vet, where the pooch was diagnosed with a nasty stomach bug.
Wait a minute. Wait. She's puking.
Mm-hmm.
She can't get the taste of her mouth. She never heard of Colgate. And her first thought, God bless this woman, by the way, her first thought is to take the dog to the vet.
Well, her daughter's first thought was to take the dog to the vet.
But what about the woman with shit in her mouth?
That's the mother, and the daughter could care less. Later that day,
she's written out of the inheritance, I'll tell you that.
Right. Later that day, Gomo herself began displaying some of the same symptoms as the sick pooch, and she quickly sought medical attention.
Good for her. She called.
You don't have this picture up, but if you can, please.
Hang on, I gotta get over to you. But she called 911.
She called 999.
999 in England. Sorry.
See that dripping down her throat?
Did she ever? Before you get in the ambulance, do you have 2 minutes to wash your fucking face?
I guess not.
Well, Big B, she's got the shit all down the side of her. Like, I'm sorry, but the first place I would go while I'm going to vomit, hopefully in the toilet, and I'd go, oh, I got shit on my face. I'm gonna,
right. That would be the first thing.
Just,
not her.
Maybe not you or anyone else.
But she may be looking for likes on TikTok.
I got you. So, she's one of these she's trapped us, and now we've given her all this publicity, and she's all of a sudden going to eclipse, the whatever you call cough medicine challenge on TikTok. I got you. I'm starting to learn.
Paramedics prescribed the mom of 3 painkillers for her stomach cramps and instructed her to drink lots of water to flush out any potential infections. However, her symptoms worsened over the next 48 hours, with the cramps eventually spreading all over her body.
So
when a dog shits in your mouth, what do you expect is going to happen when you swallow it like a fucking...
So all of a sudden got like lockjaw or something.
The cramps got worse and worse until I could feel them all over my body, even in my legs, Gomo declared. I was so dehydrated from being sick and having diarrhea that my kidneys had shriveled to half their size.
How exactly do you know that?
I'm assuming the doctors told her.
Is checking your kidney size the same as like checking for lumps? You know, I do that every day.
Well, she got out a fucking, one of those, she got out a tape measure and was,
Or an app
measuring.
that she got an advertisement on TikTok.
That's right. She got an app from TikTok. The British woman phoned for an ambulance before she was rushed to a local hospital. There, doctors diagnosed her with a gastrointestinal infection that had been passed through Belle's feces into her mouth 2 days earlier.
This is like, like when a baby projectile vomits. Like, this is fucking this is like alien shit.
Gomo was kept under observation for 3 days while they rehydrated her with electrolytes and glucose that she lost through the horrific ordeal.
Listen, you know how much I love animals. I'm an animal lover. You see my fucking beasts running around here like crazy. Did anybody think to put this dog down?
I would have fucking killed it if I went through that.
Slit its fucking throat the minute it shit on my face. But anyway.
I was kept in a hospital for 3 days until they'd flushed the infection out through a drip. Gomo, who suffers from Crohn's disease, stated. So not only is she shitting her brains out.
She already has existing conditions. This normally disqualifies you from insurance and shit, right? Like,
well, she's shitting her brains out because the dog's shitting her mouth.
I think she's shitting her brains out because she ate broccoli, and that's not part of her diet because she has Crohn's.
Right. That's the other reason why she's shitting her brains out. My discharge note.
Crohn's do. I'm not picking on people with Crohn's, but they shit a lot.
They do. That's the whole point of Crohn's disease.
It's like worse than IBS.
My discharge note said that I'd suffered a gastrointestinal infection caused by a dog defecating in my mouth. Something the doctors never had witnessed before.
Doctors, no, please.
This was the doc. No, there's no picture.
There is no proof.
No.
She was discharged saying a dog defecated in my mouth.
That's what the note says, apparently. The mom was eventually
ain't hungry for publicity. Okay, number one, if that ever happened to me, I would not be putting it in a New York Post so that you and I could talk about it and admit any of this. Would you?
Well, how many stories have we done over the years where they want to be a private person? They don't want their identity revealed, but will reveal every part of their personal lives on TikTok and whatever, whatever site is writing the story.
Yes.
But please don't show my face.
I mean, she looks like a really nice lady, but the dog shit in your mouth, you got really sick. Put it in the closet with the rest of your skeletons, lady, and move on.
Well, it says
That's
here.
Not something you're going to tell around the campfire.
It says here, the pet pooch Belle has also recovered from her stomach bug, but she may not be welcome to sleep in Gomo's bed anytime soon. I've forgiven Belle for her little accident, and I still love her with all my heart, Gomo stated.
Okay, that isn't like you left the dog away for 3 hours and she pissed on the kitchen floor.
According to her, it is. She says, I will definitely be more mindful of what position we sleep in the future.
I will sleep with a plastic bag over top of my head the next time Belle is over.
Yep.
Yeah. Belle became ill. Remember that when we get to the end of the show. Oh, that one was my favorite so far.
Well, that's why it was the last one of the non-Florida stories.
All right. So before we go to the wonderful state of Florida, in which we have a few more really cool stories, I'm not sure if they're going to top Belle, but we've got Florida, and Florida always has great stories. And we do, by the way, reach out and feel poorly for the people in Florida. We hope you're safe from Hurricane Ian. But before we go to this, we do need to bring in our good friend from Phoenix, Arizona. And in just about 3 minutes, he tells us everything that's going on the planet. Right?
Absolutely.
Don't touch that dial. Cave Crew Radio will be right back.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. How the hell are you guys? This is Mike Jolitz. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Hello to DK and hello, Sir Big B. Hope you guys are well. Happy Friday. It is now time for Mike Reads the News. Skoden. Dunkin' Donuts has announced a new flavor for the season. They are proud to announce they have Blumpkin Spice out till Thanksgiving. Apple Music is the new sponsor of the Super Bowl halftime show. Rihanna will be the musical act. I'll pass. Dr. Dre is excited, though. The NFL is doing away with the Pro Bowl as you know it. They're changing it to a skills competition with a flag football game at the end of the week. Sounds as boring as the Pro Bowl was before the change. Bulbous asked Lizzo played a 200-year-old crystal flute at her concert in D.C. this week. Now it has 6 STDs. Music reviewer and podcast dude extraordinaire Robert Garr saw the Munsters movie. He said it's Rob Zombie's worst movie yet. His post had poop emojis all over it. Aaron Judge of the Yankees belted his 61st home run and has tied Roger Maris for the most homers by a Yankee. Yeah. There's 7 games left in the season. Go Aaron. And finally, in the news, a man in New York was arrested for whizzing and shitting on his ex-wife's gravesite. Well, that's just wrong. Ironically, the grass over there is the nicest in the cemetery. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. It is now time for some tidbits. They're not headlines. They're just little tiny pieces of shit. Yeah. This past Wednesday was National Drink Beer Day. I did. It was a Sapporo. Yeah. Coolio died on Wednesday. He was 59 years old. Yeah. McDonald's is releasing an adult Happy Meal. It includes a shot of peanut butter whiskey. Yummy. Yeah. And finally, in the tidbits, Aaron Judge is playing baseball right now. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, well, that does it for this. Mike Reads the News. Tschüss, ciao, and auf Wiedersehen, everybody. See you guys next week. Have a great show, guys. Later. Bye-bye.
I never questioned Mike Jolitz, but is that true about the adult Happy Meal?
That it will have a shot of peanut butter whiskey? No. That is not true. They will have an adult Happy Meal. I didn't read the full article, but they are not serving alcohol.
Oh, okay. So the peanut butter whiskey was a direct... because you always drink peanut butter whiskey. By the way, congratulations to Aaron Judge. It happened in Toronto.
It did happen in Toronto. 61. Now I have a question before we get to Florida. And he made mention of this Lizzo person doing a fucking flute thing that's 200 years old. Who the fuck is Lizzo?
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong person. So, do I look like a guy that listens to flutes? Okay, listen. I know I went to Nashville and I listened to a lot of like bluegrass and all kinds of shit. And I just went and saw Roger Waters. And I've done it. My musical things vary, but I don't know a lot about flutes. Okay, I've never seen the Swan King or whatever.
The Swan King.
Whatever that. I don't even know Phantom of the Opera, any of that stuff. I don't know that shit. She's a crappy singer.
I didn't know of this person that this person existed until the video came out of her playing a 200-year-old fucking flute.
And I don't think it's so much this woman that you mentioned is the fact that it was a 200-year-old flute. What I'm extremely interested in is he made a comment at the end about her having several STDs. I'm assuming she's a slut. Is she a Kardashian? Is she married to Prince Harry? Girl.
Well, if you go look at the video, she's a plus size woman, which there's nothing wrong with that. I don't care. But she's wearing some weird shit, skin tight shit that shows just about everything, and is playing this flute and goes history as is. After she is done playing the flute, they give it back to the person in the white gloves and puts it back in a box. And she's like, history's cool as fuck, y'all. It's like, oh my God.
I mean, she's hideous and she enjoys the adult Happy Meals. Probably giant fritters as well.
I have no fucking idea who this person is.
I have no. Listen, I got to take sleeping medication at the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen, because of the things we cover. I wouldn't be able to sleep. So if I Google this flautist, I'm probably going to end up with I'm going to be lying on my back sleeping, and I'm going to end up suffocating. Because
what she was wearing was horrific.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not going there. I'm not. Don't even want to go there.
I think you should look up the video.
We're running out of time, so can we kill all these in once or no?
Sure.
I hope so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our favorite state in the world. God bless them. I hope they are recovering from the Hurricane Ian, because we need them badly. It is time.
Everyone from Florida is stupid.
Cave Crew Radio presents Florida in the news.
All right. I hope I have these in the right order. I've been doing pretty good, but I think it's this dude right here.
I believe so, yes. The first story of the day comes from Fox 13 News in Tampa Bay. The headline reads, "Thief steals truck, spray paints it in a failed attempt to conceal it." Police.
I personally think that's genius.
Well, he does a few other things to it, too. Police in Bradenton arrested a man accused of stealing a pickup truck from a hospital, then spray painting the vehicle in a failed attempt to get away with the crime. Investigators said the 1998 red Chevrolet S10 truck had been reported stolen from Manatee Memorial Hospital on August 24th. When police located the vehicle on Friday, 3 weeks after it had been taken, they said it had been given a quote-unquote makeover by 35-year-old Joshua Hart.
Can I say something, though? You've heard about the 10-second rule when you drop food, right?
Right. Yeah.
If he got away with it for 3 weeks, possession is like 5/6 of the law.
9/10 of the law.
9/10, whatever. I'm using metric.
Right. Yes. I forgot. You could make that argument with the guy that stole the U-Haul and kept it.
Yeah, but that was a good one, right? We're looking for a U-Haul. A what? He could have at least spray painted it.
Officers arrested Hart, who they say used black spray paint on the truck, removed its Salutes Veterans Florida license plate, and took off the Michigan State sticker on the rear window in hopes that no one would recognize the vehicle.
But you do realize that Michigan State lost last week to the Minnesota Gophers. Anything got to do with Michigan or Michigan State, I'd be ripping that shit off too, whether I was innocent or not.
See, but you said, you got to give him credit for spray painting. I give him credit for going the extra mile. He really thought this through, because not only did he spray paint the vehicle, he removed the personalized license plate and the sticker on it. So those are identifying items. So like for the person like me and you, if we see a poster, it's got this license plate and it's got a sticker on the window, that truck had passed us right by and I don't see any sticker. I don't see that personalized license plate. It's good to go.
That's like stealing a sheepdog and like hair dyeing it red.
Well, this is Florida. This is what they do.
All right.
The truck was returned to the owner, although sadly not in the condition he hoped for.
Right. Hopefully.
Hart faces multiple charges, including grand theft auto. He's being held in the Manatee County Jail on $6,000 bond.
So, like, marijuana girl, she's partying for her birthday. Her tits are hanging out in her Hyundai. Yeah, she did file a couple bullets, but nobody got hit. This guy's got grand theft auto,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got $6,000 bail.
Well, she had $7,500, but she was able to post it. If you look at him, look at that picture, look at him, does he look like he has $6,000 to post for bond?
No.
No.
He looked like he went one time for that. What do you call that Japanese or Chinese thing when they stick those long needles in you? You know you know what I'm saying.
It's not shiatsu. It's
no, it's like a fucking long needle.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Mike Jolis would know. Anyway, he looks like he still has half of one broken in his cheek.
Yes. That's it.
Not shiatsu.
No, it's not. No, it's not shiatsu. It's I can't think of it. It's
they take long needles and
yeah.
You know, and then they cup you and weird shit. They do all kinds of fucking people are weird too. But anyway, yeah, just my back hurts. Why don't you make me hurt somewhere else?
My back hurts. Why don't you stick needles in my ass?
Yeah. There you go. I liked it. Are we done?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. This guy's $6,000 bail. We should keep. You know that show we used to like before they canceled it because of COVID, right? That police show,
Live PD.
Live PD. That was a great. We should be like keeping track of the bails of these people and the different crimes. Like, could you? You're that computer dude. You can make like an Excel sheet. Yeah, acupuncture. Thank you.
Acupuncture. That was it. Yes.
I was drawn like and I'm a Cobra Kai guy and everything. Like I was just drawn blank. I was just, I'm thinking how they do the ear thing and they light candles. And,
the candle. Yeah, the candle wax.
Yeah, all that shit. And they cup on your back. And I don't know. Like
that was it. Acupuncture. I couldn't fucking, for the life of me, I couldn't come up with that.
Me either. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This guy looks like a real winner here.
Well, this coming from CBS 42 in Polk County, Florida. A Polk County man was arrested. The headline reads, Florida man demands money, urinates on victim, and the rest of the family. A Polk County man was arrested and accused of urinating on a family.
I just like time out for a second.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just urinate on the victim.
No.
He urinated on the whole family.
On the family. A Polk County man was arrested and accused of urinating on a family after his demands for money were left unanswered. Deputies said 18-year-old Enrique Alvarez Salinas of Auburndale, who appeared to be intoxicated, accosted a family as they arrived in their home in the area of Georgia Street and US 17 in Bartow on Sunday evening.
So this didn't happen downtown. He, what did you say? Accosted them?
Accosted
them.
Deputies said Alvarez Salinas demanded money from the family as he swung a beer bottle at a victim. Despite the family's attempt to calm Enrique down, deputies said he urinated on the victim and in front of the victim's house. When friends of the victim arrived at the home, Enrique hopped into his truck, and sped off. Officers with the Bartow Police Department quickly spotted Enrique's vehicle, which blew through several stop signs, crashed into a car, continued fleeing, and ultimately crashed a second time at Nye Jordan Park.
And the excuse was, I apologize, officer. I really had to go to the bathroom.
I had to pee a lot.
I really needed to pee. That's why I was running stop signs.
Deputies said,
look, I've never been robbed. God bless my soul. Knock on wood. I don't ever want to be robbed. I would imagine someone holding a knife or like a huge guy grabbing me by the throat, going, give me your wallet. And of course, you're gonna give in. You don't want to be harmed. Hopefully, he'll run with your wallet, or like the Airful Dodger and Oliver Twist or something like that. I can never imagine, like, I demand you give me money. And right now, I'm going to pull my pants down and I'm going to pee on you and your entire family.
And the entire family.
How big was this family? This guy must have
know.
been fucking launched. How many beers did he have?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Well, he obviously didn't just do a he had a cannon like a water cannon going on.
Now you have to remind me for maybe next show. Write this down. I will tell you the story of the day of the time I was robbed and I had a gun to the back of my head.
Oh,
there's a lot more to it than that.
Hopefully,
and it's actually it actually winds up being kind of funny.
This did not happen in Utah, did it?
No, it did not. It happened in New York while I was working at a studio.
Okay. Anyway,
deputies said Enrique tried to flee on foot, but was tracked down by a PCSO canine unit.
They have the dog zone and everything for this guy.
Authorities added.
So, like, let's just say I'm mad at you and I assault you and I pee on you. Can you get DNA from pee? Like, like
no,
how we catch?
You cannot get DNA from pee.
You cannot get DNA. So pee is actually a very cool weapon.
It's a sterile liquid.
So if I ever want to do anything really, really bad, using pee is a good idea.
You're not going to get, they're not going to get your DNA from pee.
Interesting.
Authorities added that Enrique continued to resist. Authorities added that Enrique continued to resist as he punched K9 Ketchum and attempted to punch Ketchum's deputy partner. Both deputy and K9 were not injured. Bartow police arrested and charged Enrique with robbery with a weapon, leaving the scene of a crash with injury, exposure of sexual organs, battery, and resisting. Polk County Sheriff's Office charged him with resisting with violence, assault on a law enforcement officer, and striking a police dog.
You know what I'm hanging for. What was the bail?
There, it does not say. That was it.
Oh, so this is really bad.
That was the end of the story.
That was really bad then. I'm really surprised that you could pee on someone and not get caught. Not that I'm planning on doing that by any means. All right, this is a guy after my own soul.
I didn't think this was possible until I read the story. This coming from the New York Post. Headline reads, Florida man charged with DUI after driving a scooter into Walmart shelves. Don't drink and scoot. A Florida man was charged with
Excuse me.
A Florida man was charged with DUI for allegedly zipping around on a motorized shopping cart while wasted in a Walmart, according to police. Aaron Gregory, 39, swerved through the store in Melbourne, ran into shelves, and nearly mowed down customers on Sunday. WFTL reported, citing police officers.
Now, is this like one of those roadworthy scooters or the kind that you ride with the shopping cart in front of it?
I don't
like
know.
When you go in there and you can say, I can't
walk.
walk.
No, it says he's on a motorized shopping cart.
Okay, so he's going the I can't walk, which he couldn't because he was inebriated, and he got on the shopping cart. Okay, I get it.
When police were called to the store, Gregory was allegedly hauling an open bottle of Smirnoff vodka inside a backpack in the basket of the scooter. He had glassy eyes, smelled like alcohol, and refused to take a breathalyzer test. The booze hound on wheels was arrested for DUI, disorderly intoxication, and possession of an open container. Now, I never, ever in my life heard of somebody getting arrested for a DUI inside a store that wasn't driving a vehicle.
Now, but here's the deal, right? And you can't drive a vehicle inside of a store anyway, but like, I don't know if you get as annoyed as me at these people that drive those things. I'm quite sure some of them need them, but I'm also pretty sure somebody just doesn't feel like fucking walking
Right.
from, the pet supplies over to the underwear. Like, so they're very irritating, those people in the carts. Was there like a foot chase? Like, what?
It doesn't, I mean, that was the end of the story. So I don't think there was a foot chase. He was just, completely out of his mind, running into shelves on his little motorized shopping cart.
Right. Like, was there someone on the PA going like, attention Walmart shoppers, avoid housewares. We have an incident in aisle 71.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Please come to the front.
Yeah.
The back by the pet food section, there is a disturbance.
Yeah.
Please come to the front and check out.
Right. Or please remain where you're standing. We're going to have some free, sausage rolls or something in a little while. We need to contain the madman on the power scooter who is running through sportswears right now.
We have free canned ham samples.
Excuse me.
As soon as the drunk man with the Smirnoff vodka is arrested, your canned ham samples will be available on aisle 12. Please line up in an orderly fashion. 1 cup of canned ham per customer.
All right, so I think that's the end of the stories, ladies and gentlemen. For anyone that's new here tonight, what we do now is we need to name the show. So every episode, all the fun we have, all the stuff we talk about, all the comments in chat, Mike Joel is doing his thing, and all the stories we do, we try to come up with a name for the show. And I always like to go first because inevitably mine do not become the name of the show. I only have a few. I liked accountability manager.
There you go.
My first one. Maybe some of these will become show notes. Don't drink and scoot.
Absolutely good advice.
Of course, just about 2 seconds ago, we have free canned ham samples, which is obviously too long for a show title. Please, if you have any folks, put them in the chat. I also had the epicenter of yellow phlegm. But my favorite and my nominee for tonight is Belle became ill.
Belle became ill.
Yeah, that's my favorite. A little out of practice. I haven't been taking as many notes as I usually do, but I know you have, and you have 5.
I do have 5.
That's psychic, boys and girls. All right.
Just so you know, Toronto's up 6-3.
Of course they are.
Yeah, so I have 5. So first, we'll do show notes. Turning up for her birthday.
Okay, yeah, I like that too.
This next one, when you are ready, is probably my favorite one of the night, but absolutely cannot be a show name. It's way too long.
I got it. I'm ready.
I felt something squirt in my mouth.
That's a great show note, though.
It's way too long to refer a show name, but it is my favorite of the night.
Okay.
Next up, as we talked, I have Danny Thomas Boulevard.
Yeah, I would. Where is that?
It's somewhere in Memphis. You were there. You should have found it.
Nashville.
You should have gone to Memphis and looked for Danny Thomas Boulevard.
I gotta find it. Okay.
Next up, coming from the Berserker himself, Scotty the Taint Wiper.
That was good too, yeah.
And finally, my favorite for the show name. Very simple. NyQuil chicken.
You know what? That makes sense. That's I have no argument of it. Ladies and gentlemen, the name of this episode is NyQuil Chicken. Very simple, very to the point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've ran our time. Big B and I also do a hockey show named Pucks and Pints. We are live on Monday. The way to find us is at pucksandpints.com. Sorry, pucksandpintsradio.com. And also on the Pucks and Pints Facebook group is where you can get notice of that. We were unable to do it this week. I had laryngitis, and Bacon was still traveling home from Nashville. Which, believe it or not, we were both in Nashville and never met up. But we've coached hockey together and we know each other a long time. So we just did our own thing. But anyhow, thank you, everyone, for joining. Stay safe out there. And we will catch you next week with another brand new episode.
Later.
Say goodbye, King B.
Later.
And here we go.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here!
Go. Just go. Get out. Get the hell out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Search Cave Crew Radio.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, Don, you're a little controversial. You're talking about illegal immigration. I said it's illegal.